Being a field service engineer can often be a demanding and isolating profession. You're going to be spending extended periods of time away from home, dealing with challenging work environments, and lastly, dealing with high-pressure situations can contribute to stress and feelings of loneliness. This is why it's so important to prioritize your mental well-being and find ways to cope with these challenges. So in this video, we'll discuss practical tips to help field service engineers deal with stress and feelings of loneliness. This is going to enable you, or field service in general, to thrive personally and professionally. Welcome back to Untitled Label, where we strive for greatness through optimization. I'm John. I'm a field service engineer as well as an entrepreneur. And on this channel, we talk about all things relating to being a field service engineer. I decided to break this down into 5 different topics. The first one we're going to talk about is building a supportive network. One of the most effective ways to combat loneliness as a field service engineer is building a supportive network. You're going to want to reach out to colleagues both in your organization and outside that are doing similar jobs or have similar roles. One of the best ways to do this is attending industry events, seminars, and online forums. You'll be surprised what other people out there are doing and how they relate to you. One of the things that my manager decided to do, which shout out to you, Chuck, if you're watching this video, he created something that I think once a month on a Friday, we'll all hop on a Zoom call. We'll literally just talk about just life, not necessarily work-related stuff. This is a good way for us to kind of just talk and get to know each other outside of a work atmosphere. I think this is something that other companies, especially if they're having field service engineers that don't necessarily live in the same place, can integrate into their company. I think this is a great way to build camaraderie, which, Chuck, thank you again for doing this. Building relationships with individuals who, from the day-to-day, understand what you're going through is going to help you build a sense of camaraderie and understanding. When it comes to being a field service engineer, I've personally done this by joining groups on LinkedIn as well as Facebook that are relating to being a field service engineer. My main motivation for this was to try to get my ideas and my ways of being a field service engineer out there through everyone. This is done through my YouTube videos. So some of the groups that I've really enjoyed being a part of in these communities are veterans and field service on LinkedIn, as well as the field engineer. Field service / customer support engineer is also a great group on LinkedIn as well. When it comes to a more personal note, you're off work, you're going to want to reach out to family and friends and talk to them, whether it be via text messages, video chat, phone calls, or just messaging apps. I've taken this a tad bit further. As someone that loves cars and is into car photography, I've joined a few different groups, one being Beamers of the South, which is a group primarily focused on BMWs. Through this community, I've been able to network as well and meet fellow like-minded people that are even engineers that are also into cars. So the possibilities are endless. You just have to apply yourself and find groups that you're interested in and people that have the similar interests as well. So whatever hobby it is that you have, there's going to be a group of people that are out there doing the same thing. Your goal is going to be finding that group and essentially getting into that network and meeting those people. That way you have another support network. So the second thing is going to be engage in self-care practices. Prioritizing self-care is really important when it comes to maintaining overall well-being. I recently made a video about being wealthy. The first step, in my opinion, is your health. This can definitely be taken into account when it comes to this aspect of dealing with stress and managing stress. If you're not in good health or you're sick, you're not feeling good, you're not going to be able to do your job. Same thing with, in the long run, building wealth. At the end of the day, yes, you might be a field service engineer now, or you might be interested in becoming a field service engineer, but I promise you, you won't be doing this profession forever. At least, I hope not. You're going to want to set aside time, even when you're on the road, to complete activities that rejuvenate and recharge you. One thing that I've decided that is a little bit challenging, even on the road, is working out every morning. This is something that gets me motivated for the day, as well as something that's good for my physical well-being. When I do have time when visiting other cities, I also like to walk around, as I am into street photography. So I'll take my camera, walk around, and take pictures of things that I find interesting. And I've actually made a second YouTube channel based on that and cars. Finding a hobby or something that you can do that you enjoy that brings you peace of mind even while on the road is really important for this job. Regular exercise is going to help you release endorphins, which is helpful for reducing stress. Practice mindfulness and meditation to help promote relaxation and mental clarity. As an entrepreneur, something that I struggle with is with getting enough sleep. You're going to want to get enough sleep to allow your body and mind to recover. By investing in self-care, you're going to be able to better cope with the mental demands of the job and maintain a positive mindset. The third thing is going to be establishing routines and boundaries. Creating routines and setting boundaries can help alleviate stress and create a sense of structure for managing your daily life. Something that's helped me be successful is establishing a schedule that takes into account exercise, work, meals, and time for relaxation. Now, I know this is going to be extremely tough, especially when you're on the road, but making the effort and putting your best foot forward is only going to help you in the long run. It's going to be important to set realistic expectations and not overcommitting when it comes to your workload. This can be tough though, because sometimes customers are going to be a little bit pushy, or your management might be a little bit pushy as well as far as the work that you need to get done. Being able to say no is going to be extremely important when it comes to being a field service engineer. Probably the most important thing nowadays is keeping a good work-life balance. I've noticed that a lot of people that are more so on the younger side when it comes to the workforce really like a good work-life balance. This is something that's extremely important to me because I have other things going on in life, as you probably do, other than work. So being able to separate the two and set aside time to accomplish personal tasks, things that you need to get done for your personal life, is going to be only helpful when it comes to this job. Now, for those that may still be struggling, especially if it's getting to a more serious note, you're going to want to reach out to employee assistant programs. These are programs that are mainly focused on supporting employees' well-being. These services are going to have mental health resources, counseling services, and stress management guides. Oh, and if you're not sure if your company offers these programs or how to get a hold of these programs, definitely ask. If you don't ask, no one's going to know. No one's going to be able to help you get that answer or get those resources that you're looking for. Take advantage of these resources because they're only going to help you create a good strategy for managing and dealing with stress. The last thing is going to be seeking professional therapy. If you're someone that came from the military or have a military background, you might be a little bit hesitant to consider therapy. But as someone that personally has dealt with depression, still going through anxiety, a lot of anxiety as a matter of fact, I think therapy is a great resource that you can use to deal with stress. A therapist or counselor can provide a non-judgmental space for you to discuss your feelings, ideas, develop a good coping mechanism, and gain valuable insight into how you should manage stress. The goal at the end of the day is to build up your resilience to the amount of stress that you're going to be dealing with every day as a field service engineer. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, and honestly, professional guidance can have a transformative impact on your quality of life. Loneliness and stress are common challenges faced by field service engineers. By taking into account and applying some of the things that I've mentioned in this video, like building a supportive network, practicing self-care, establishing good routines and boundaries, and seeking professional support if needed, you can effectively manage these challenges. Being good at this job, it's more so a marathon, not a sprint. Being able to maintain your mental health is going to ensure that you have a fulfilling and successful career as a field service engineer. Although it may seem like it when you're out on the road by yourself, remember, you're not alone. Again, I'm John. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet and smash that thumbs up button to help the channel grow. Sharing this with other field service engineers is also a great way to support this channel, and it doesn't cost you a thing. I do want to add thank you to Chris. Chris is my coworker. He's the one that actually gave me this idea for this video. So thank you, Chris, for this video topic as well. If you have interesting field service engineer video topics that you'd like me to cover on this channel, let me know in the comments below as well. With that said, I'll catch you on the next one.